after a certain point, the arch of aorta is no longer going to be curving around, but it's only going to be going downward or inferiorly. And we call that the thoracic aorta or the descending thoracic aorta. And then off the back of the thoracic aorta, we have intercostal arteries that come off in pairs and just go to the intercostal spaces. So here's the arch right here. And so again, at some point, it's no longer curving around, it's going downward. And that would be called the thoracic aorta. So right about here, this line I just created, at this point, it's no longer curving, it's just heading downward. That is the thoracic aorta. Coming off each side in pairs, those will be the intercostal arteries. Esophagus, we've already covered. There are veins of the thoracic region we need to discuss as well. The first one's called the azygous vein. Now, this is going to dump its blood off into the backside of superior vena cava, and it runs just on the posterior wall of the thoracic cavity, kind of on the right side of the body. It's on the right side of the vertebral column. There will also be lots of pairs of intercostal veins as well. And on the right side, the intercostal veins will all drain through the azygous vein, whereas on the left side, they'll drain through one of the next two veins. On the left side of the vertebral column, we have two veins. We have the hemiazygous, which is the more inferior vein that will actually cross over the vertebral column and dump its blood off into the azygous vein. And then above it, we have the accessory hemiazygous vein. So here's our picture here. So here's azygous vein on the right side, coming all the way up here. And we can see the intercostal veins draining all straight into it. Whereas on the left side, we have the hemiazygous, which comes up over here and then crosses over and drains into the azygous vein. And then here's the accessory hemiazygous doing the same thing just above it. Now, azygous vein will eventually dump its blood off into superior vena cava along with the two brachiocephalic veins. And the nerves we need to cover, phrenic and vagus, we already done. So we just have these thoracic sympathetic trunks or chains and their ganglia. And what a ganglion is, which is singular, ganglia is plural, is just a collection of somas or nerve cell bodies. And when they link together, they create a structure called the thoracic sympathetic trunk or chain. These are seen just on the outsides of the vertebral bodies. So here they are. So each little swelling is a ganglion, whereas this whole structure together is the thoracic sympathetic chain or thoracic sympathetic trunk. And here is how they present on the sides of each vertebral body. And all this is allowing, in lecture and in physiology, you'll get more into the autonomic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. But these just allow neurons to synapse with structures, and they can go up levels or go down levels. And then that will conclude Chapter 10.